Hi, what's up, everybody? Everybody's doing well, or what? Hey, what's up, man? That was beautiful, right? It was really helpful. Oh, nice, nice. Hey, welcome, man. So basically, we have another range forming in like 5 minutes. That's gonna be the PM opening range. And there's also an first presentation fair value gap for the PM session. So that's gonna be plotting in like 5 minutes. So we're gonna be just observing that together. And hopefully everybody was able to claim the tool. I don't know if everybody has the tool right now. If you guys have any difficulty to claim the tool, like in the chat, I'm gonna be posting the link where you can claim it. I did like a small tutorial. It's called opening range access. So you click on that and there's gonna be all the instruction. And if that still don't work, you can basically ask in the chat room. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. It takes like maybe 2-3 minutes to claim the tool. Because I could have basically posted the tool as a public tool on TradingView, but submitting all the approval and all the whatever, exposure from the public, I just try to keep it, private as possible. And just more simple for me, right? It looks pretty good, right? And also looks insane on the dark background. Like if you put the dark background, look at all the lines, they're gonna switch colors automatically. You see that? So like this is basically pretty nice. What a bit confusing, but it will help you define it. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing. I agree with that. Yeah, it's not super straightforward, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. I've seen worse than that, This is basically the trade I took this morning. I wanted to go touch a little bit on that too. So the goal of that trade specifically was the last stage of the market maker buy model, like the one that I basically have in my mind. If we look on the 15-minute chart, obviously the tool's gonna be deleted, right? But you see right here, relative equal high. And let me just use the mouse thing. So some people on the, so you see my circle and a mouse, right? Just want to make sure. And don't be shy, guys. Just type in the chat. If you can see my circle, just type 1. That'd be great. 1. All right, cool. That was a relative equal high I was having in my mind right here as a potential draw if everything can be aligned with it, right? That relative equal high, if you apply the FX4 model right here, that give you see that dash line that is right here? If you can see that dash line, just type 1. Otherwise, I don't know how I can change the color really. It's slightly high. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it a little bit. Is it better like that? I don't have a monitor, so I cannot really hear myself. Is it better? Seems better. I can drop it a little bit too. Is it better now? Yes. All right. Cool. Perfect. Thank you, man. If you didn't say me that, I will never know really. So, I mean, I can see right here. I can see right here that it's slightly a little bit high still. Yeah, I think it's not bad right now. Yeah, not bad. All right. That relative equal high was my drawn liquidity if everything can be aligned for a buy side run, right? And I can see right here that it's actually confirming itself. So that was the Asia high right here. Like that dashed line that you see on the FX4 model, that's the Asian range style. So it basically, that's the dashed line that we see right here. So what happened this morning is during the London session, it stay inside the range. At 7 a.m. it purged the low. And since we purged the low immediately, they go back for the liquidity that was standing above that relative equal high, these two candles right here. And these are also low resistance CPT. Like these two wicks, if you connect these two wicks high together, right, you get a low resistance right here. And that's why we get purged this. And this is basically the move that nobody was really expecting, right? So everybody that goes long right here, they got purged on the sell side, and we reached for 0.5. I would say 0.75% of the 9-hour range of the day as a standard deviation. And then from here, right, this is where all the big opening range happened, like in this area right here. So if you go back on the 1 minute chart, like, so you guys can see the relative equal high right here. That was my drawn liquidity right here. Like right now you'll see the that is the indicator right here. So basically it plots everything like from the 930 high, and that was the low right here. So basically it plots the range in between 9:30 and 10 a.m. That give you this opening range. Also you have the quarter level, so that's the quarter low, and you have the quarter high. That's the midpoint, 50% of the opening range, right? First presentation, fair value gap high, first presentation, fair value gap low. You see that it get filled right here. So like the box is basically extending till the price is going through it again. So when you see that the fair value gap is getting filled and it close above or it go back above, now you can look for potential inversion. Okay, that was the idea right here. So since I was not really there before in front of the screen when that happened right here, and I come back and I see, oh, New York lunch macro. So if you look into the lunch macro right here, see there's also, you know, things that maybe ICT never really talk about, but there's also a first presentation fair value gap in these macro right here. Okay, that is the first one right here. So we're basically at the end of this macro close at 12 o'clock, it retraces inside, respect the low right here. So that is still a valid retracement. So we're still overall bullish. It goes for that buy side imbalance right here, and also touch the high of the opening range. Okay, so we clearly see that this nice rejection right here. So I did buy right here. It's a little bit expensive relative of everything, but I was still below the 15-minute open. And I was unfolding my position along the way as it goes. Basically, the relative equal high was my target, so that's why I closed everything right here. So now we have the PM session opening range that just opened like 3 minutes ago. Still no fair value gap present, right? So there's no presentation of fair value gap so far. So we're just waiting basically for 2 p.m. to come. So 2 p.m. is right here. So it's pretty small so far, you see. And also just to make sure that you guys also understand the trade, like I was aligned with the 4-hour distribution, right? So the 4-hour was bullish, right? So when it did retrace, it did retrace the 50% of that power of 3, and I basically re-engage on accumulation side to basically deliver some discount to the relative equal high. So now we're observing that new, it's basically like that opening range is also aligned with the lunch macro and PM session. So it's 1:30 to 2 p.m. Right, these macro, basically, if you put your mouse over, right, it gives you the time range. That's pretty helpful in my opinion. Very small so far, we'll see. For the most precision, like you want to be utilizing the 1 minute chart. Otherwise, I make sure that the tool doesn't plot anything on other time frame because it might get distorted. Because even you go on a higher time frame, like even if these lines are priced, like that's not the way that TradingView works. Like TradingView only able to fetch the data from 1 minute if you are in the 1 minute. As soon as you go over the 1 minute, now it's basically lost. It doesn't know the data really. There's some ways to go against that, but it's not relevant really. Like let's say you want to use a higher time frame, right? I will just basically say like create a layout right here, you know. Hey, good morning, man. It's the afternoon right now, right? Lunch PM. But still, good morning, man. Doesn't matter. It's always the morning, man. Right? Can you show example from yesterday? Yeah, I can show example from Friday. Let's use the bar replay right here on Friday. See, that was PM session. So that's where we are right now, basically. We're forming this NPM opening range. So far, we have no presentation fair value gap on the PM session. So we're gonna wait for more data to come in. And see right here, that was an extreme, like, extreme situation last Friday, basically, right? I think we reached like for decent amount of standard deviation. Look, so basically you can activate more standard deviation. Like in right here, if you click on that, 0.5 equal like low volatility condition, unless the range is extremely large. Like today, it's an extreme large opening range. So like the 0.5 is not a low volatility really. You know, but most of the time when the range is small and you reach for 0.5, now it's basically low volatility. But when you reach for 3.5, it's considered medium volatility, and when you reach for 6.5 or basically everything above 3.5, it's a high volatility condition. So I'm gonna activate more. So I want to show you the standard deviation that we reached for. So look, we reached for 4.5 on last Friday, which is extremely wild. It's extremely wild. We're at the end of the month, so at the end of the month, pure distribution, we got some type of thing like that, right? Let's go back on actual price action so I can see if there's anything forming so far. I also removed the FX4 model, so but previous daily lows right here too. That's something you might want to keep in mind. I'm not gonna trade anything right now because I'm actually not trading. But I want to observe and look at what's going on with it. Yeah, the narrator is basically something else, right? Like it show you so many things, right? That's why I can see like the imbalances, right? Like these one right here. That might be the area where we can go basically. That's the high of the day right here. So what I'm observing right now is this opening range right here. I think this might be our first presentation right here. As soon as this candle close in few seconds, there we go. That's first presentation, guys. Look at this. Beautiful. Nice. That's a bullish one. So no, you're not trading the fair value gap itself, right? You're only utilizing that fair value gap as your context narrative for framework. Yeah, I coded myself, yeah. It's been like 2 weeks, I think I'm working on that. Secretly, right? And I was not too sure if I wanted to release that publicly or whatever, but yeah, after ICT lecture, yeah. Immediately after the lecture, I was already on that. Because it's basically mechanical, right? Like it's very specific and it reflect like information that are extremely relevant. Yeah, exactly. Click on the opening range access and you get access on that. That is the first presentation we got on the PM session so far. And that's a bullish fair value gap. The only thing I don't really like right now is this low resistance right here. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the indicator is pretty crazy, man. I have Watchmen video from you, and soon I will get your course. Man, yeah. I mean, we're having a lot of fun, man, in the academy, not gonna lie. And it's 90 days. Like, if you think about it, like, you know. Alright, we went through it right here. It just helped frame the price better because it's automated, right? So like if you want to be consistent trader, you need like to have a very consistent framework as well. So like having that automation 100% make it just better, right? Can we make the text and the indicator smaller? Yeah, I'll add an input for that. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna add an input so you can change the size by yourself in the setting. Right now, if you look at the setting, they're very, very basic. Like even right now, I'm gonna remove some of these because we don't need it, right? By default, I have the 1.5 maximum. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna add another button right here so when you can change the size of the text. That'd be nice, I think. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. You're not the only one. There's another guy that said that, and I think that was pretty smart. Yeah, yeah, not in Europe. I mean, you can use it in Europe. It doesn't matter, right? But it's this opening range is specific to New York. If you want to trade Europe, like I will just say that trade my FX4 model. It's potentially the best thing you can have, man. It's called like right here FX4. It's on the same page that where it says opening range access, but it's the one I think under. Like, look, I'm gonna observe with you right now. Look. So you go to OHLC Academy website, so it's ohlc.group, right? You click on framework right here, and that's the second one. If you want all the intraday macro, which mean like all the hourly macro, you can have this one, and also the hot source model. These are 4 free, really good tool. And then also, you know, I have the paid tool with the power of 3. This tool is absolutely crazy. My favorite one so far. The OHLC indicator, that's a paid tool too, but it has so many things inside of it. Like all the weekly, daily separator, the kill zones, the 15 and 60 minute open history, the fair value gap, all the swing high and swing low, the color candle when it's 8:30 manipulation, the highs and lows of 15 minute, 5 minute, 60 minute, like the bar itself inside the range, the macros, like it has everything, you know what I mean? And also the academy, if you want to join us in the academy, all the tools that I basically have, you know, all the paid tools are basically included in the academy. So, all right, new low form on the opening range right here. Very interesting, very interesting. I might have an issues here right here. I'll see on how it is, but these are supposed to be extending right here. I don't think they are right now, so I'll maybe fix that afternoon. It seems like they're not extending. We'll see. So the narrator 2 has a specific version for the academy. It's like a stripped down version. It's this one right here, and it has also the swing highs and swing lows. That's basically this thing right here. So you see it shows all the inefficiencies of the day right here. And when they get filled, like it stopped the box, you see. And also works on 15-minute, right? Yeah, there's a lot of inefficiencies right here that are still potentially good for an upside move, but right now it's not bullish at all. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, this is I think it's an error actually. These lines are supposed to be extending right here. They're not right now, so I might have to fix that before after the live stream. It's not a big deal. I'll just push an update and you get like as soon as you get an update, there's like gonna be a little purple circle right here that showed up. So you just click on that and automatically you're gonna be able to update it. It closed at 2 p.m. So it's basically gonna close right here at 2 p.m. I just want to observe, right? Because that's the first time I look at it and the real market open, right? So I want to see what's the behavior right now and if there's anything I can potentially fix or whatever. Like I just realized that this is not supposed to do that, but I think like when it's gonna be 2 p.m. it's gonna extend. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I really like that 0.5 standard deviation that we reach right here. You see, that's potentially random, right? And that was the high of the 4 hour. Like literally that high of the 4 hour. Like right here. Ding. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Like I think we're gonna see more and more and more trader utilizing this indicator, man. Because it just makes sense, right? Like I said a little bit before, right? I said like this indicator is very consistent in terms of plotting something, and it has very defined rules and it not much setting, right? So you cannot really customize everything. So the fact that it's not very customizable or whatever, like you cannot change really anything, it remained consistent. That was my goal with the FX4 model too. You see, there's only like couple like color setting and line type setting, but that's it. There's nothing else. And the goal of that is just basically to keep it very consistent. Because look, think about it. If you have a very consistent framework, automatically, if you're following that, you have to become consistent too, right? It makes sense, right? So it's already a model. Yeah, absolutely. And you can have like the flexibility of doing whatever you want. See, there's sell side imbalance right here, right? So these are something I can plot right now. So bearish fair value gap. Sell side imbalance. So we also took that low right here. I'd like to mark this as well. Is this low the low? No, that's this one right here. So I'm not using the right line. It happens sometime. I changed my template recently and sometime it is what it is. Oh, we didn't take the low actually. Interesting, right? Yeah, then now we take it. Now we took it. That is itself a turtle soup, basically, right? We turtle soup that low right here. And we have a reason to go back up. We're still aligned on that 4 hour, but that 4 hour is about the reset at 2 p.m. So at this point, I'm gonna observe, the next one. So type in the chat number 1 if you have the indicator, tap number 2 if you haven't claimed it yet, so I can potentially help you to get it or find it. So we got a lot of people so far that take it. Nice, nice. Two, you haven't find it, or did you just like? I couldn't. Oh, okay. +1. I like that emojis actually. It's not bad. Ooh, look at this. Tap the C perfectly right here. Okay, so that's where we are right now, right? And that is itself 1:30 to 2 p.m. The lunch macro ends PM session. So there's still 10 minutes to go, and we're inside the hourly macro right now. So I'm gonna turn that on right here. I'll remove some other stuff just to make sure we have something clean. There you go. That red box right here is the 10-minute macro at the end of the hour. So you see right here 1:50 to 2 p.m. and then 2 p.m. 10 it's gonna have another blue box like this. You see this macro right here was potentially random, right? Yeah, that run was pretty clean, right? It's going straight up for that relative equal high. Look, that is itself, you know, a specific entry right here. Okay, so the macro right now has a function and it's rebalancing these inefficiencies, right? That's what it's doing right now. I'm very curious to see if these lines going to be extending after. If they're not, I need to fix that before, after the live stream, actually. Yeah, I'm actually recording. I'll be posting it on YouTube, you know, unlisted or something. And somehow too, oh yeah, okay, no, that's fine. And we're back to 75% of the high. Also want to verify something. Is this high? Yeah, this high has been taken right here. That's a sell side imbalance right here, and we also engage that. We'll see. It's interesting. So it's basically 931, right? And it started calculation from the 931 candle. So it basically it's gonna be 931, 932, 933. And at 934, when the 933 closed at the last second, it look into if there's a fair value gap in between 931, 932, 933. Yeah, so the 930 itself, the 1 minute is excluded, yeah. And because most of the time that 930, like that minute specifically, is a big injection of liquidity, right? That's where the market opened, the regular trading hour. So that's where it opened. And that itself can be disturbing in terms of first presentation. So you want to use a little bit later. Today was a great example. Like it plot like in between, right? 931, 932, 933. So it plot right here. So this one is not possible because this is 930. So you want to use 931, then 932, right? The 933, and then at 934, that's where the fair value has been plotted. This is the first one we got on PM session right here. And it plot in between 36, 37, and 38. But right now I don't know why these lines are not extending. So I need to potentially fix that. That's the reason why I'm here, basically. I want to see if everything is fine, if everything is splitting correctly. Also can remove that relative equal high because we already reached for that. So if we remain bullish, like that's gonna be the draw right here, literally. There's a bullish fair value gap right here. There's another one right here. So these can be potentially inverted. We'll see. I'd like to give them a little bit more time. So also took that high. That candle itself, that 1 minute, is not only imbalance in between the three candle, but it's imbalance itself because it has no top wick. So like that candle itself has large imbalances because it doesn't even like offer one tick on the buy side, you know. You see, like it doesn't have any top wick on that minute, so that means something to me, right? It's kind of like sideways right now, you know. That's why I'm not forcing any bias, right? No, the first presentation of PM should be extending. Right now, I believe it might be a bug, or at 2 p.m. it's gonna start extending. If that occur, I'm gonna change it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I maybe miscoded something. It might be a little mistake. That's fine. That's the reason why I'm here right now. I want to see and I want to make sure that it's. Do we reload the chart? I don't know if it's gonna work. Let me try it. Let me see. So reload the tab, right? Now you see it's stuck right here. So I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry. I'll push an update. Hey, welcome, man. Appreciate that. Or maybe like I'll just fix it. That's fine. What I basically want to see right now is if it start extending at 2 p.m. As soon as the PM opening range close, right at 2 p.m. like in few minutes, like literally at the end of this box right here. If it start extending, now I understand the problem. And if it doesn't extend at all, like it stays stuck right here, I'll just fix it. Because the AM session was fine this morning. I observed it, like it was fine. Like, you know, look, it goes like this, right? You see that's where the box is. Like when it go through it, you'll see it's gonna start. You see now it's closing. And now you worked it. These macros like too, right? Not bad. Must be random. Yeah, you can claim it into the opening range access. It takes like maybe 5 minutes to claim. And the reason why I'm doing it like that's because these type of thing must remain remain a little bit, you know, private. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all random, right? It's actually all random. Okay, this can be removed. Alright, this is the last minute before the PM session close, right? The opening range. So the range gonna be set. And I wanna see if these lines gonna be extended or not. No, I just learned everything myself. But yeah, I'm coding different things too. Like I'm coding a lot of Python. I did code some algorithm too, you know. So it's like I think it's like the end game of trading. You know, when you're really good at trading and you're basically at the end game, you want to learn how to code because now you can code your own algos. You know, and they're basically printing money for you. That's not bad, right? All right. Okay, so they are extending actually, but that's not how I want the indicator to be doing things. All right, so I'm gonna fix that basically. I don't like this function that basically, because that's the first time I'm observing it like while it's open. I finish it this weekend, so like basically, you know, today's the first day of the market open. That's cool. At least they're extending for now, right? But I didn't like the fact that they're basically staying here until the end of the opening range. I really don't like that, so I'm gonna fix that and push an update probably tonight. I don't think it's gonna take very long to fix, you know, because the morning is fine. So I'm gonna just basically look into what I did in the morning and just copy it for the afternoon. That must be just a very simple thing. That must be just very a little simple thing. This is our current 4 hour candle, the new one that basically just opened like few minutes ago, right? Literally 1 minute ago, right? Low resistance right here, low resistance right here. But we did took that sell side, so we'll see, man. It's not very clear right now. So I will not force anything. A small volume imbalance right here. How can we support you? I mean, I don't need anything really, you know. I don't need money really, but if you want to be part of a cool experience, I would say, you know, just join the academy. Like the academy's 90 days, uh, tons and tons of stuff, and I stream pretty much every day. So, okay, we took the high right here. Yeah, I don't want money, man. I'm good. I'm actually good. I'm fine. So we did took that low resistance right here, right? That's nice. Still some sell side imbalance right here that we're basically going for. Um, if I'm looking at the current hour, it's actually insane. The 4 hour also aligned with previous 4 hour. We're very close from the weekly high. Yeah. It kind of makes sense to go back for that high. I want to basically mark the daily high. I can see it with this tool right here, but this is basically the daily high right here. It's actually the daily high. It's a daily and weekly high, right? That's the current, because we're on Monday, right? So that's basically the, and I'll put it on the right side. I think it's fine. There we go. And there's also this massive imbalance I'd like to mark up to be honest with you. I just not sure where it plugged. Okay, right here. Okay, so that is a very large bearish fair value gap. Classify as CBs, right? It's also basically the end dog right here. I'm gonna extend these to the right side. I'm gonna turn that off and then, oh, I just fucked up. There you go. And we can come back to our actual time and trade and see if we can potentially go for that high right here, which is previous 4 hour high, go for the current daily high and weekly high, and basically dig inside this and dog right here as basically CBs. It's pretty large CBs. So I don't, we'll see, right? We'll see, right? Like I can see this low as protected because it's basically lower than this low. So this is high resistance right here, and it's relatively equal low because it has only a couple points below this low, but yeah. At this time of day, right, in terms of volatility, like this is the type of high resistance you get. Okay, so new high form on the 4 hour. There's buy side imbalance inside of it, right? Which are this one right here. This one is premium. This one is discount, like relatively equal in the middle. Like it's relatively in the middle. It's also aligned with our first presentation. Okay, so I'd wait for a swing high to form right here. From that swing high, I'd like to go back for 50% of that 4 hour. And I'd like to see a swing low form, and I'd like to engage on that to return for that high right here. So that's pretty much the setup. I don't think we're I don't think we're gonna reach for one standard deviation of the AM opening range, to be honest with you. But you know, this is more you know, it's more low objective hanging fruits, you know what I mean? It make more sense. So we have swing low swing high form right here. It's not confirmed yet because this candle needs to close at 30-second left, but I'm using Windows. I did try the Mac, whatever, the new MacBook Pro, whatever. I tried it out. I basically bought it for 5K, whatever. That was a very expensive computer, not gonna lie. And I basically returned it potentially 2 days after. Yeah, I was like, no, it's not for me, man. Because I'm just very, I don't know, Windows guy, I guess. I did try though, you know. But this PC right here, I built an insane machine, man. Yeah, but for traveling, right? I built a little computer. I'll show you right now. Let me show you right. I don't know if you're interested by that, but this is the machine right here. Wait, that picture is actually insanely huge. 250%. So it's a microcomputer. It's very small, right? Have 480 Ti. And that's basically this right here. And it's very silenced because I put like Noctua fan inside. It's very small. It's full aluminum. A really crazy machine. It looks like a MacBook Pro, not MacBook Pro, but the Mac Pro, whatever. It's a really good machine, man. No, I built it custom. It's fully custom, basically. Well, the time I was talking about the computer, that thing is running, right? How much I paid for that? I think like 6K maybe in total. Everything is brand new, so. Yeah, 6K is not bad, man. It's like a trade, you know what I mean? Look, just this morning, just that trade right here. Look, 6K right here. You see? This one right there. Look, this one. I can show you guys my setup. Like, I've been finishing it like recently, actually. I don't know if any of you guys seen that. Let me show you real quick if I can find it. That's this one right here. And you can see the computer too. Like right here. You see it's very small, so it fits inside a little like it fit inside a little box right here. Little like pelican case or whatever. So these are 234-inch and these are 227-inch 4K. You know. And these are 2K basically, 1440p. And I use it vertical because I get more data. And on the top right here, I put my calendar, YouTube music, whatever, like Discord. Like you guys are right here, right here. I can read the chat right there, right now. Yeah, that's basically the monitor I'm actually on it. This one right here. So I'm sitting right here right now. A really good setup, man. Oh, look at this. I was again missing the trade, right? All right, we just dig inside the end dog right now. And walk end dog right here. Beautiful, man. Wow. So these are inversion fair value gap. They're negative inversion fair value gap because they are bearish and they get flipped inside a bullish one. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at this thing, man. What was the question? I don't know. I'm doing something wrong, but I know I get the bearish fair value gap market on the chart. Oh, this one? No, this one is plotted by myself. That is basically the NWOG right here. I should have an NWOG, whatever, but yeah, that was the draw, man. And that's my final draw right here. But I will potentially, if you're in the trade right now, I will close that out. You know what I mean? Because that can retrace like 50% of that 4 hour, man. If it create a swing high right here, it can retrace like all of this right here. The thing I really like about that setup that we saw right here was this rejection of that opening range high. Beautiful, man. Okay, so these are not should be plot. So these are manual too. Look, I was confused for a second. Yeah, these are manual. Like this thing is manual too. So that's the thing, right? These are, if I remove everything, right? Like I'll remove this too, and it actually going for the. I just want to see the target being hit right here. That'd be nice. Wow, that is like actually a wild day, man. And look at this too, right here. Previous daily low right here. 19,357.5. There we go. That target is done. Boom. Boom. That was not bad, right? And it started right here, right? Not bad. So how can you engage on that? It's a little bit difficult, to be honest. It's not easy. It's not easy. But very nice rejection block right here. Low resistance condition right here. And even if you include that high, that's very, very good low resistance. And it basically melt everything. That was wild. That was wild. Do you take something on real today? No, not anything. Not anything, but I did take that right here. So I'm journaling this even, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, so that's the thing, right? When you do real execution, right? These are, even if it's paper trade, it's a real execution, meaning you really executed on it, right? So the outcome is basically you don't get paid, but you still get an experience, which is what I'm basically seeking for, right? Yeah. But if you do that paper trade and you don't journal about it, like you're kind of like missing your time, right? Let's be honest. Wow, look at this reaction right here. It sounds like a very random thing, man. Wow, 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 wow. This is beautiful, man. Isn't it? Castellion took that, right? Let me see. I want to see that. Castellion is one of my academy students. Look at this, man. Look at this. You buy right here. You buy all the down close candle. Close one above the relative equal high, low resistance. And it closed everything on the previous hourly high. Is it that 1 hour high, right? Isn't it? Yeah. Man, this is some precision, man. This is some precision, man. Is there anybody else that take any trades that we can observe like right now? That'd be nice. Damn, very happy for you, man. This is beautiful. Oh, look at this. That's a fair value retracement right here. So basically that 4 hour is imbalance right now. It has buy side imbalance, so it returned inside from the high, right? These are the thing basically that I'm teaching in the academy, right? You have the 4 hour high right here. Now we're back to 25%. We have the 4 hour equilibrium right here, 75%. So it's seeking the midpoint of that 4 hour trend range. So that's an internal distribution from a premium arrays, right? And that's it. You took the lunchtime. Oh, look at this, man. It's a good trade, man. Look, let me see. I'll put it on the full screen if you don't mind, right? Okay, SMT right here, first presentation. 8:30 open, 9:30 open, midnight open. Yeah, I saw the midnight open. It was pretty clean. You took a short right here, a long right here, and you closed that right here. That is great, man. Good stuff. I did took the same trade actually. This one right here. Close this right here. Close this. Close this and close the final right here. 2 contract on this. And it total of 6,000. Yeah, I haven't looked at the dashboard. Let me see. This is basically the dashboard from the academy. That's what we're using every day. Look. We got the Asia range. We got the London session, New York transition. And then basically the last part of the hour. And it took this 2 previous high as low resistance. Aligned with the daily candle, weekly candle, 12-hour candle, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. And that's a higher time frame retracement on the monthly chart. So this is basically a TGIF setup seen from a monthly chart. Yeah, OHLC dashboard. These are basically all of your current candle. Very, very clean. Wow, not bad. So you took a buy from 19,071. That's pretty good, man. That's a good entry, actually. Wow. Yeah, total soup right here. Change in state of delivery, retrace, return for that rejection block, inversion, fair value gap, a run. And it basically right here, right here. It kisses the PM opening range high. Rejection block, it retake that low, change the state of delivery, and retouch that order block and fly. That was this basically this high right here, first target. And this massive and dog and walk that we have right now, and it basically go for that daily high. This one right, bing. So right now, if you go to the narrator, it's switched aside. Look, you see, we see all of these bullish imbalances now. Not bad. Damn, that was fun to watch with you guys. And I'll fix this right here. It's not a big deal. So it's more likely what happened during the previous day, right? If your previous day is a large day, on today's range it might be smaller. Because you get a large expansion on the daily, let's say, right? And then on the lower time frame on the next day, it's gonna be more likely some sort of range. So you get a smaller day after a large expansion day. So it's like you cannot really judge. I mean, you can, but current day expansion, like you can do that too, but and a total soup the high right here for south side distribution, internal rebalance retracement. Very, very nice. Yeah, you can potentially use the. I don't personally use any type of indicator like that, but I look at the size of the candle. So I basically can look into previous day, I can measure the amount of point, and I can project with standard deviation the current daily range, and I also can look what's the current daily range can looks like based off previous daily range. Yeah. Like if we go back on the FX4 model right here, it's gonna be nice look. I like to look when I look at the FX4 model, I like to go on a 15-minute chart. This was Friday expansion, right? We got this Friday expansion. New week opening gap, new day opening gap that we have right here. This is our current daily range that basically happened till 2 a.m. in the morning. At 2 a.m. in the morning, we engaged that buy side, like this one right here, that swing high, which is 50% of the current daily range. Reject that, distribute, create an engineer that low right here, retrace to target some sell side imbalance, retrace again, took that high, distribute lower, take that relative equal low as first distribution at 7 a.m. in the morning, this 7 a.m. Reaccumulate the retargeted buy side right here, re-engage buyers and distribute them in the very, very shallow and deep discount. 0.5 standard deviation, 1, so you got 75 right here. And then everything started from a market maker buy model to retarget the daily high. But my main target on that trade right here was that relative equal high that was right here. And that dashed line that you have right here is the actual Asia range high. So the 8 p.m. to midnight. That dashed line right here. Midnight open right here. Pretty large change of state of delivery on that candle right here. That was the one that was part of it. It did retrace to that bullish order block right here. See right here. See their body right here, how they respect that. And that was the 2 p.m. expansion. This is the power of 3. If you want to get access with 20% off, you go on my website, which is actually OHLC.group. You click on Power of 3 Pro Plus right here. And I basically show all the settings and everything. So you basically use my code, 20% off. Otherwise, you can buy it full price, you know. I'm an affiliate for them, so I just this is basically a tool that for me has changed the way I see price. That, and I used to plot these things manually. Think about it. Like before that tool was existing, right? I was basically plotting a rectangle, man. It's like, you know, you gotta move it together too. Like, so it's not easy. That's the only one that is not included in the 90 days, unfortunately, because it's not my tool, right? It's the tool from 2 degrees. But all the rest is included. Specifically the OHLC, that this is my baby right here. You know, if it is like my Swiss nice Swift knife, you know what I mean? It has everything I need inside of it. Extremely good, extremely good. I can show you what it does a little bit. So that you choose a time frame that you want, right? So let's say right now I want to see the 1 hour time frame. What it does is it plots the previous 1 hour. So like from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. it plot a box, right? And I'll remove some of these because otherwise it might get confusing a little bit. I'll use it on 1 minute so you can see, because I'm on the 60 minute right now, but like I'll remove the macro too. So you see, this is your previous 1 hour time frame. So from 1 to 2, right, it plot a box. So basically you know that this is premium, right? And this is discount. So that's your premium and that's your discount. So automatically you work with this high and this low right here. And also the cool thing about that is you can basically show more. Let's say I want to see 6 hour. It's gonna plot 6 hour, you'll see. You see, this is another hour from 12 to 1 p.m. Another hour from 11 to 12. Another hour from 10 to 11, right? So you can compare basically what happened during that hour relative to that previous hour. And the cool thing as well, right, is you can turn on this setting right here, show background open box, and the fractal highs and lows. And look at this magic thing. This is your current 1 hour time frame body, right? So look, if I turn on the power of 3 again right here, but I'd apply a 1 hour, I mean, I don't need the 1 hour, but because it's the same hour. But if I put 1 hour right here, right, it's gonna be plotting this candle, but seen from the body. So like this is the body of the 1 hour that you see right here. So you see the body right here literally. And this is the high of the 60 minute, which is this high. Is the low of that 60 minute, which is this low right here. So like even if you go, let's on 30-second chart, you see this is your 1 hour right here. And these are the thing I'm basically teaching in the academy. So like if you have a bullish order flow, you want to see some sort of retracement internal, which is this one right here. This was a 25% retracement of the high. And during that 1 hour specific, and it returned as an expansion following the order flow right now. So basically the background of this box, it's gonna be green if the candle is bullish. And it's not only that, right? It has like all the macros of the hour. Look, see, this is the macro of the hour. So you can inside of that find some stuff, you know. And there's a bunch of things like the skeleton right here, see? So it shows like basically the bar, you see? Like it opened right here. it drop power of 3, change the state of delivery above that high, retrace 50%, and expand till the end of that hour. And that is the high of the hour. That is the close of the hour. So you have the bar, like, and it transition, over time basically. And this because I don't have any more bucks, but I can put more if I want, right? And this is just the 1 hour, but you have like, let's say 4 hour. You can see 4 hour too. Look, I'm gonna show you 4 hour. I don't want to go too far, but there's a lot of things like automatically fair value gap, like automated swing highs and swing lows. Like I'll show you to the daily separator. That's one of the cleanest thing. See, these are 4 hours. So that 4 hour open at 6 a.m. and it closed right here at 10 a.m. So you can track inside the 4 hour what happened. And how we can utilize this relative equal high resistance, right? If you connect that high with this one, it goes for that. Yeah, let me show you basically the template I like to use. So click on the week right here, and I'll just use 1 week because it's gonna be much more simple. So time frame is 1 week, okay? And look at this. You turn on all the separator option. And then you're not going on 30-second, otherwise you don't see anything. But let's go into 1 hour. And wait. You see you have Monday of previous week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can see all the day of the week, so you can see your weekly profile, right? Previous week profile right here. So, if you stretch a little bit and you see better, right? You clearly see what's going on. That's the previous week equilibrium, so 50% of the previous week. And the cool thing is if you activate the quadrant, 25 and 75%, you'll see. It's gonna have the quadrant too. So these are mid-quarter equilibrium, some sort. Like this is 25%, 75. So in between 50 and 25, that's your fair value. That's basically all the things I'm teaching in the academy so far. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. You can see all the 60-minute open. So in terms of order flow, it's pretty useful. Like if you go in 1 minute, let's say, right? See, these are all the 1 hour opening price. You see, 1 hour expand, it retrace, take the liquidity below the opening price, expand again, same thing again, same thing again, same thing again, right? Yeah, this is a simple thing, man. Seriously, it's just really simple thing. And if you want to, like, if you really want to go deeper, like, you can see all the 15-minute too. Like, look, these are all 15-minute opening price, you see. So you can clearly see, right? And then what you can do too, like, you can basically show all these 15-minute if you really want. You put, like, let's say whatever, like, 43 candle, you'll see. You see, these are all your 15 minutes seen from a 1 minute template. So you see the 15-minute forming in real time. That's basically the advantage that you got, right? And if you go in 30-second, it works too. Like you see, these are all your 15-minute of the day right now. You see that one right here? High resistance condition right there, right? You see the low right here. Change the state of delivery. You can use that order block right there. Right. All these type of thing. This is a quick example, but I'm teaching all these things in the academy, some sort. I mean, if you don't believe me, right, just look at the reviews. You'll see that now people are really learning something, which is my goal, right? And I try at the beginning, I'll be honest with you, I try to basically do it for free at the beginning, right? I realized that if people don't pay anything, they don't want to learn anything. So like if they pay for it, they want to learn now. You know what I mean? It's crazy stupid in my opinion, but it makes so much more sense, you know? Like if you pay for something, now you need to listen, you know what I mean? If you don't pay for something, you don't give a shit, right? Some sort. It's wild, but that's what it is. I realized that. And also, like, I'm not like everybody that does these 30 days like program. Like, it's a 90-day program. So if you don't join for 90 days, you know, it's not relevant. You know, you don't get really what's it really is, you know. So 90 days, like, you know, you get something. Hey, what's up, man? So we just literally observed the opening range in full spectrum. Oh, that's the wrong thing. It goes for the end dog right here perfectly to the tick. That was wild to see, and it almost go for the one standard deviation. And I said I was not really expecting to see this. Your chart color, I'm gonna share with you right now. These are very, very special. Okay, I promise you, you're never gonna find that anywhere. That's not a real black. That's not the real green that everybody used. Like everybody used that disgusting green right here, and it looks like so sick. You know, it's like, ugh. I don't know, man. I have pretty good monitor, and it's like when I look at this green, it make me sick. I don't know if you're right with me, but these are vibrant green. Like I don't know, I like it. So let me give you the code of this. It's 26C72D. Very specific. Very specific. 26C72. It's not 17. I can copy paste it if you want. Yeah, this one. So that is the green, right? The black is this one. I had wait. I don't use that black usually. That is my mistake right here. I did some testing this weekend and I was not like this is the real black. You see how it's not pure black? No, it's this one. 131722. 131722. Yeah, I can copy it. And that's the same thing for the border and the wicks. All the same black. Okay. And then the canvas, right? That's the magic part of it. This color, I developed this color with AI, okay? It's not the same gray background that everybody has, okay? And the reason why I'm going to be explaining right now, that is a gray that doesn't project any blue light, okay? It's a very specific gray. I change the spectrums of blue inside of it, and I make sure that it doesn't project any blue light. So if you don't have like blue light glasses or anything like that, that gray right here doesn't project blue light as much as it should be, okay? But still, the white right here can project blue light, but overall, you get less blue light rays in your eyes, okay? So I'm gonna give you this secret stuff, okay? So it's D9, 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 all right? This one. I mix this thing with like a paint bucket, you know what I mean? No, but seriously, that's very specific. What else? I think the rest is pretty good. Damn, one standard deviation, really? I don't do one-on-one right now, really. I don't have the time for that, unfortunately. But it's like if I was doing it. Kindly repeat the chart color. Just look into the chat I just posted right here. Just getting my pen. You can look into the chat. I literally post the code, copy paste the code, just a little bit above your message. Yeah, exactly. SS got you, man. Easy. And that's the same thing on the Power of 3 right here. I'm using the same green, same thing. For me, that's what I like the most, okay? I tried for a couple months with the white background, and it was like too much, man. It's it blessed my eyes, man. I got 1.7 thousand nits on that monitor, man. That thing is like a sun in my face, man. You know? What's your average trade per month and week? I like to focus on one trade a day, okay? In general term. But if you ask my algos, it cooks much more than me, right? More trade than me. No risk reward. I don't give a shit about that. I trade with negative risk reward sometimes. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I can risk 2 times my profit target. Doesn't matter. Because I know it's gonna go there, and I know there's some stuff that can happen too, so that's it. But overall I'm winning, right? Yeah, there we go. One standard deviation, guys. We're almost there. It's loading. It's loading. And then after I'm gonna close the stream and I need to fix this little thing right here. What's your monitor? I'm using a very specific monitor right now. It's I don't think like no, it's not OLED. It's an LCD panel with micro LEDs. Because OLED, right? The problem with OLED, right? I got a lot of Alienware. I try all of them basically, and that's one standard deviation. I try all of them, right? I literally bought in the last couple months for $25,000 monitor just to try all them out. I tried all of them, literally all of them. I promise you, I got picture in my phone of literally all the monitor. I tried all of them. And what I was looking for the most was a very specific architecture of pixel, right? So I want like high precision monitor. I want like the best pixel architecture you can find. Just because, you know, I like precision. I want like something very, very clear. Everyday new monitor from Amazon. Yeah, you saw that, right? That was wild, man. I was like literally going insane with that. Okay, I was literally going insane with that. And the problem with these OLED monitors, if you don't move like this, like if I don't move my chart like this for a while, right? It's gonna burn the monitor. Literally, it's gonna burn all of this. Gonna get burned on the monitor. So the OLED technology is not really good right now because it doesn't allow people to have something static on the monitor. So if you have something that doesn't really move, right, or like example, like the UI from TradingView that doesn't move, like this publish button right here will have burned the screen already. Okay. Maybe not that because it's black, right? But around like the white around will have burned everything. I'm 34. So you know, like OLED is not the best thing, right? For that reason. And also like the OLED, I try all of them because I wanted to see some type of architecture like the quantum dot technology and all that stuff. I tried that as well. And I didn't really like the precision of pixel, man. Like even like in 4K, like the wicks of my candle was like dotted. I didn't really like that. Okay. Like these wicks right here was literally little dots. Like I don't like that. I want like a real wicks, you know what I mean? So OLED for me was a big no-go, right? Was already like eliminated of my research, so from there that's fine. I'm 34. I tried different sizes as well. I tried 34 inch. I try 27 inch. I try, 32 inch. I tried a lot of bunch of size. And for my eyes and for the distance I'm sitting at my screen, the 27 was literally the best for me. Because my eye spectrum to see the full screen in full size was 27 inch. Like above the 27 inch, basically, my eyes was moving left and right a little bit to see everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got two of 49 inch in at my office too. I got two of them, but I don't really use it right now. It's on that other computer setup. But yeah, I got two 49 inch, and to be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too large. You know what I mean? It's too large. So I don't know if you guys saw the picture I showed. Yeah, gaming probably, right? Probably. OHLC high one standard deviation, yes sir, and it's plus one standard deviation. Oh, look at this dump right here. Some random stuff, right? Got another macro coming in, by the way. So yeah, I don't want to go too far in the monitor thing because I can talk for 6 hours about it, right? But that was some wild stuff, man. Oh yeah, so I end up finally with like an Acer. Funny enough, right? But I finished up with an Acer, and I tried so many models. And the last model I basically decided was an Acer. Like it's funny enough, but the panel inside of it is not an Acer. And that panel was this very, very, very crazy panel, and it's super, super rare to find. Like that monitor was so rare to find. I never. Yeah, these are 4K monitor. Yeah. I tried 5K from Apple, like the Studio Display, right? I tried the Studio Display from Apple. It's like 3,000 one monitor. I tried that, but it's 60 Hz, man. So that was freezing my brain so far. I cannot really look at 60 Hz, man. That was make me sick. That was literally making me sick. I was getting dizzy, man. Like after like few hours of moving the screen and everything, I was getting dizzy, man. I cannot use this thing. So, I'm very difficult with monitor, man. It is what it is. It's just like the things I'm sitting like the most, right? I'm always in the charts and everything. So I want like the best thing I can get so far. And yeah, my side panel are 34-inch vertical, like, and these are 1440p. So they're 2K so far. They're not very, very accurate as my 4K, but that's fine. For side panel, I think it's fine. These are basically my higher time frame, so I don't need as much precision as my lower time frame. So I just want to see the color of the candle, basically, and the imbalances, that's it. I don't need anything else. So yeah. No, I look all the time the higher time frame. I look all the time the higher time frame. Like my higher time frame right now are on this monitor right here. These are my higher time frame. These are my lower time frame, like for execution type thing, like 1 second, 30 second, 15 minute, 5 minute on this one. This screen above is basically my Discord on the left side. This one is basically calendar or whatever, my schedule or whatever, my stuff, right? Personal stuff, journal and stuff. And basically the one right here is my main monitor where I'm executing, where also I'm analyzing, where I'm drawing stuff, right? Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, if I click on that, you can see right here. These are my 234-inch on the side panel. Yeah, I think I'm gonna close this, guys. That was fun. That was actually fun. If you do correct, like SS, if you do good right now, right? If you do good right now, just multiply, that's it. You replicate the same thing, but you're multiplying it. That's it. Simple as that. You do the same thing as you're doing, but you just replicate it and multiplying it. That's it. No, you don't want to get greedy, man. You're just replicating the same thing you're doing already. That's it. So if you trade one account, you can trade two, right? The same thing. You replicate the same thing. But this is just my opinion, right? But if you want to scale up, you gotta multiply. That's it. You know, you just multiply what you already doing, but multiple time, right? You're not risking more. You're not more greedy. You're not doing anything else than what you're already doing. You're just multiplying it. That's it. And everything's gonna take place. If you already make money per month and you're very consistent at it, you're multiplying it, right? And now you have both. You have two. And if you can make it with two, now you can make it with three, and you can make it with four, and you can make it with five, and you can never stop. I have 30 account right now, so you can multiply, right? And still trade micro, it doesn't matter. So anyways, I'm leaving, guys, but I'm gonna go fix this little thing right here. I didn't really like the way that the first presentation for everybody was flooding. I want to fix that, push an update, so you guys are gonna get an update. It's gonna be like some sort of purple like logo that's gonna show right here, okay? As soon as it's ready. Oh, I also receive an email, I'm sure. And then that's it, I think. That was fun. That was really fun. I really enjoy like seeing these things with you guys. That was pretty cool. I appreciate, man. Appreciate, man. That was good. That was good stuff. I just want people to be enjoying like everything in general and being like fucking not stuck in negativity, like bullshit, garbage shit, you know? So I want to like, you know, just spread positivity basically. And that's it. And I found that this was the best opportunity to do that. So that's my FX4 model back then, but people don't really believe in that. That's pretty funny because it's the truth, but that's it. Yeah. Last question. And we go. I do both, but I mainly do future. But it's all the same thing, honestly, because we're focusing on OHLC, right? Like OHLC, OHLC. So we're focusing on the data itself, so it doesn't matter really. Everything that you learn on what I do, you can replicate that on any currencies or whatever orange juice you want to trade, you know? Even on crypto, I got a lot of students that trade crypto and it works pretty well. So, and a lot of students that trade Forex too, that also works pretty well. So there's a lot of things, right? You can trade and it works everywhere. So when you learn the language of these bodies and those wicks, man, and you can put everything together, like it's like magic stuff. I promise you, it's insane, right? These are the things we're showing in the academy, so yeah, you're more than welcome, man. You're more than welcome, man. Everybody's welcome, man. All right, so I'm gonna close this, guys. I'll post this video on YouTube and put it unlisted, so I'll put it in the announcement channel. Okay. Have a good day and see you guys later. Bye bye.